And we are live here. It's Monday, July 10th, 2017. It's really bright, I'm noticing. I have a really white face. I am Jeff Meacham. Welcome to the live edition of Talk Wrestling. This is a test. This is only a test, as Andrew Martin would have said. Thinking about doing this on Sunday for the anniversary for real. This coming Sunday, of course, is the 10th anniversary of Talk Wrestling. And I wanted to do a little bit of a test, if you will, a little bit of a run through and see if it actually works, how it's gonna go, and see if I can see your guys' questions here. I'm not seeing a chat thing here on the thing itself on the phones. Oh, there we go. Hi, Jeff. Jishnu, one of our Twitter followers. What's up, buddy? Glad to have you on. A little later than I said when I was at the bowling alley with my family, but I'm here. I am live and in living color. Way too much color, way too much white, actually. But I wanted to do this test sort of as an introduction to what I feel is going to be the format going forward, which is live. God, that's really bright back there. Jesus. I might have to do an artificial light going forward. It's really bright. What I want to talk about today is something that it came up in conversation today via Twitter, via direct messages, but I'll wait till I get more people watching before I start making that announcement, because I'm very proud of it. What do you guys want to hear me talk about in the next few minutes here while I wait for more people to come in? Let me see if I can get the, let's see, copy link address. Let's do that on Twitter. Boom, boom, boom. There we go. All right. Basically, what my project kind of sort of entails is the NWA Championship title belts throughout the years, kind of sort of. I'll get more into it in a minute. I've been talking with different belt fans and different people associated with the crafting of championship belts and the fandom of championship belts in the world of professional wrestling, sports entertainment. And I wanted to sort of, you know what, William, that's a very good question, and it's definitely a sought after championship, the IWGP championship. You have to keep this in mind. I am in North America, and we just now got a New Japan card in Long Beach last month, or maybe it was last week, last weekend, 2 weekends ago now. I feel I am a WWE guy. I follow WWE, I follow WCW and ECW. I follow North American. I have a hard time getting behind Lucha Underground and New Japan, only because I don't have immediate... God, that is really a bad contrast on my shadow here. Good grief. Let me see if I can fix this. Hang on one second, guys. Hold that thought. Don't go away. Don't comment or anything. Must fix. See how that looks. Don't go away. I'm coming back. Oh, crap. There goes the backdrop. We're live, folks. We are live and in color. Except my backdrop is background. A black background. I can't even talk. That's why I don't do live stuff. Stuff happens. Frequently. Okay, let's try this again. I think it's about knocking everything down here. And you can kind of see over here. There we go. Alright, so we're back. That's much better, I think. Anyway, I've been talking about the NWA Championship history. Much better, I agree, Jason. Thank you. The history of the NWA Championship, in that when I met and interacted with Adam Pearce as the world champion, I was told by the promoter at the time that it was the same belt that Shane Douglas had thrown down. That would have been 16 years prior. Maybe less. I forget what year I saw Adam defend against T.J. Perkins at Mach 1 Wrestling. But I've come to realize that I was being fed a line of BS, because the belt that Adam now has in his possession at his house, hanging up on display at his home, looks completely different. There's no grommets in the belt that Douglas had, or that Dan Severn had, or Chris Candido, or Naoya Ogawa. The first time the grommets return after the switch to this little baby right here, the Big Gold Belt, was in late 99 and 2000 with Gary Steele. So, to the promoter that lied or fed me a line of BS because I was a mark, you got me. Congratulations. Well done. Where is everybody? I've been on for 5 minutes and nobody's... I was talking about Adam on Twitter earlier today, and the picture I posted of him and the Nature Boy Ric Flair, the two greatest champions that I felt held the legendary 10 pounds of gold. Of course, Flair in the 80s and in the 80s, and Adam Pearce in the 2000 teens. Anyway, thumbs up. I got a thumbs up. Yay me. So here's what I'm going to talk about. I have been in contact off and on with the belt. Sure. Well, I'm getting to that. Let me build, Jesse. Let me build a little bit. I've been in contact with the person who is in current possession of the original Big Gold Belt. The original belt that was introduced at the Battle of the Belts 2. And Caitlin's here. Yay, Caitlin. What's up, beautiful? Battle of the Belts in Florida, in Orlando, on February 4, 1986. It is not this belt. This is a replica that was called the Alliance Edition that I got in 2001. Hello, Tom. During the Invasion storyline, but I picked it up. And live TW might be a permanent thing, homie. Stay tuned for that. Anyway, and I wanted to let that person know that I had been working on a historical video compilation of every instance in when the Big Gold Belt either debuted or changed hands. And I am working on that right now. That is my next goal. I'm not going to sell it because I'm not getting McMahon after me, the WWE after me. But I am going to present a DVD set copy to the current owner of the Big Gold Belt. And if you have not read the Big Gold Belt book done by Dick Bourne and Dave Milliken, you need to go pick it up right now. Right now, go to High Spots or the Mid-Atlantic Gateway website, MA Gateway on Twitter, and buy that thing. It is unbelievable. They have they have several books, but the two I have are the 10 pounds of gold and Big Gold Belt. I have lost weight, Tom. Thank you. I'm down to 260, baby. Got to give credit where credit is due. This guy, this company right here is everything. That, walking at work, where is my... There it is. I will show off the... Always with the water. Never with soda. Soda bad. Thank you, Ricky. Super meat. I'll go with that. I just got water in my eye. That really hurt. I'll tell you, it's amazing how dietary habits or eating habit, lifestyle changes, folks. Everything has to change if you want to change. You can't just do one thing or the other. You have to change everything. You have to change the way you eat, the way you live, the way you approach every bit of your life. Anyway, so what I wanted to know is, since I'm live on Talk Wrestling for the first time, this isn't the official first live, this is the test, like I said. Would you guys be open if I were to use this channel, the JD Meacham YouTube channel, to introduce the histories of the championship belts, if I can find them? The WWE champion, and I'm talking about not the belts, just the actual championships. Thank you from Ireland. Appreciate the support. Would you guys like to see me host full matches or clips of introductions or whatever of the World Championships Wrestling? I'm talking about WWE, NWA, WCW, ECW if I can find it, AWA if I can find it, which is even harder to find than ECW. But I'm finding myself a little complacent doing just the no DQ stuff. I love working for Aaron. I absolutely love it. But at the same time, I like doing my own stuff, and I am a huge lover of the championship belts. This is my favorite belt. This is one of my favorite belts I own, the Big Gold Belt, and I cannot wait, hopefully, to pose with the real one. We'll talk about that in the future if it ever happens. But my favorite championship belt is the Winged Eagle, the WWF championship belt from 88 to 98, and I have in my possession, right over here on the on the laptop. AJ Wheels on Twitter. What up, buddy? Thank you very much. In my possession, I have the entire documented history of the WWF, WWE Championship. NMC in person with me and Aaron. Look for us around No Mercy. That's all I'll say. Besides WWE Shop, I actually bought the big gold belt and my Undisputed Eagle and my NWA that I used to have, and NWA, Undisputed, big gold belt. I have 4 over there now. What do I have over there? Oh, the Attitude Eagle. I bought those 5 from ReplicaWrestlingBelts.com, which is now, I think, out of business. I'm not sure. My Winged Eagle I got off of High Spots, and I was one of the first, I was told, to pre-order the Winged Eagle, and I literally could not stop the tears from coming down my face, because that was the championship belt when I was growing up. When I first discovered the WWF, that was the championship, and I couldn't believe I was, even if it's a replica, and I understand that, but just cradling that belt. But then, as I move forward in my documentation of history and, you know, history lessons and whatnot, I realized there is so much more history with this, the authentic version of this beauty that I have right now. So, what I'd like to do is finish the downloading that I am working on, do the editing, compile the DVD, make it happen, present it to the owner of the big gold belt, and then eventually I will post the videos here on YouTube on this channel. Hopefully I won't get in trouble. My son is doing very, very well. He's actually in Cub Scouts. He plays baseball during the season. He plays soccer. He is quite the handful, I will say. He is my life. He is my light. He is my shining star, and I would not exist without him. So I thank him for being alive. Difference between the real one and the replica: the heaviness of the metal, the thickness of the leather, and the thickness of the plates themselves. Yeah, remember, this one cost me over $200. Rizzo, what up? The real replicas cost over $1,000, almost $2,000, if you want to get the authentic, handmade, real championship belts. I know that the original big gold belt, the Crumry made big gold belt, the one you saw on TV with Flair and Dusty and Garvin and everybody, cost Crockett almost upwards of $40,000. So yeah, it was crazy. JJ Sports Studio on Twitter. May I already congratulate you with a 10-year Talk Wrestling show, and I wish there were more episodes lately. Greets from DK. Like I said, I'm going to be live on YouTube more often. The Roman Braun angle I will discuss on the anniversary show. That's one of the questions I got all over the anniversary page on Twitter. Ricky Lawson, I can't wait for it either. Like I said, I'm going to be introducing a very interesting person to the world. Her name in wrestling will be Jexy, and she has told me to prepare to be judged and Jexecution when she appears on Talk Wrestling, so stay tuned for that. We're planning to film Thursday, but if this goes well and I get enough positive response, I may go live Sunday on the anniversary. But Sunday's hard because my family's home and I can't be too loud. And however, Jexy rocks. That is her. That is her. Jexy rocks. Yes. Let her know we're talking about her. I love to give her publicity. She's going to be in training, and she is fantastic. She's got a great attitude. And if perchance I do bring back, or Travis and I bring back Wild, we will see her in Wild. Will Nancy Grace be discussed on Talk Wrestling? I mentioned this on the hashtag WWE Balls wrap-up show. I don't want to give Nancy Grace any more attention. I said my piece on her in 2007. She's not changed, but I'm going to. I've not watched Glow. I'm getting shot in the foot repeatedly over trying to watch this because every time I go to sit down, somebody comes in here or somebody comes. It's like But I have 2 weeks with no kid. So I'm going to try to watch Glow in the next 2 weeks. But I'm also getting caught up on other things while he's gone. So, like the Big Gold Belt Project. I appreciate the feedback. I'm definitely going to start... I've been editing. I've been downloading. I'm working on the project. It's a process. It took me years to get the WWE Championship. That's because I stop in between. But if I hammer it out, do the downloads, do the edits, produce the intros with my... I got a brand new shirt coming in the mail with the Big Gold Belt on it, so hopefully that'll come soon. I'm very nervous and excited to do this project for the owner of the Big Gold Belt. This person is David Payne, the CM Punk of NODQ. Very talented, but a bit douchey. I think he's been a brilliant... I don't consider Payne douchey whatsoever. I don't understand why the public gives him that rap. I think Dave is a tremendous guy. He's got a great attitude, a heart of gold, and I think that he just doesn't understand why there's so much negativity on here and on social media. He just doesn't understand why people can't just offer an opinion without being a negative ninny. I don't understand it either. I've never understood it. I responded to it in the past. I was a real dick when we were on XMV, if you can believe this, 11 years ago when it ended. But I don't... AJ Styles' next feud. I'll answer that now. That's fine. He's on SmackDown. Who's on SmackDown? Owens is there, but he was just champion. I see that going a little bit farther. Owens and AJ, because AJ wanted the house show on Saturday night, so Friday night. So don't be surprised if we see a continuation of that program tomorrow night on SmackDown Live. What are you guys looking forward to on Raw tonight? Are we going to see a heel turn, a double turn between Roman Reigns and Braun Strowman? That is the topic of the day. We talked about it on the wrap-up show last night on No DQ. Is this the moment that we've all been waiting for since Roman and the Shield broke up? Are we going to see the definitive moment where Roman Reigns comes out and acts like a complete douche and says, no, F this, and he's going to say F this on TV, but he's going to renounce his fans and denounce his fans, and Braun Strowman will be the new monster babyface, which is monster. Candice LeRae should win the Mae Classic. If she's in, she should win. Is she in yet? She should be. She's awesome. But I am going with Tessa for now. Tessa Blanchard has a legacy, as we know. Third generation, just like Natty. So, Braun versus Big Cass. Ooh, interesting. I would like to see if the problem I'm foreseeing with Cass and Enzo is we don't really have enough invested in them to be with them on their own, as far as, cheering Cass as a bad guy and cheering Enzo as a good guy, because they're simpatico, they're symbiotic. They have to be with each other. So I cannot wait to see what happens tonight on Raw and going forward. I'd like to see Cass versus a babyface Strowman, but I'd be afraid that Strowman would just obliterate Cass and that'd be the end of the big push. Vince jacks off to Big Cass. Okay. I don't have a camera in his office, so I'll take your word for it. Yeah. What else do you guys want me to answer while I'm here? I got about 5 more minutes or so, then I'm going to log off here and prepare for the rest of my afternoon. I got to cook dinner for the family. So what do you guys think? What do you want me to talk about? It's funny you mentioned Dolph not caring. Dolph is very much the opposite of that. He does care. Dolph, he just doesn't understand, nor do I understand, why he's not been pushed. I mean, significantly long run as the champion. He's got the skills, he's got the technique. The guy's amazing, and he just constantly been upper mid card at best. Occasional runs occasional glimpses of glory with the big gold belt, matter of fact, but never really a significant run. Austin Aries, not surprised he's released. Not surprised that he asked for his release. What have they done with him since they brought him in? Really, what have they done with Austin Aries besides the Cruiserweight Classic stuff since he got brought in? Big fat nothing. He will do well on TNA if he goes back, or excuse me, Global Force Wrestling if he goes back. He will do well in Lucha Underground if he goes back there. Too many questions at once, I can't answer them all. Wrestling managing, I would love to go back into the business. But I also realize that I don't have the proper training, and it's dangerous for me to be out there. I'm working with an injury right now as it is. I fell in the shower back in May, and I just got the MRI done, so I'm waiting on the results on that. Me being at ringside, not a safe thing, but you never know. I had not listened to Ryback's podcast. I have not heard one episode of Ryback. I'm not a fan of Ryan Reeves. Don't really like the character, so meh. The best Shawn Michaels match I ever saw was the Iron Man match with Bret Hart. No question about that. However, Undertaker and WrestleMania 25 is like they're right there with each other. Titus gets credit from me. I love Titus's mic work. I think the problem I see with Titus, I mentioned this last night on the program, on the show. He has the Dallas Page syndrome. He is bigger and taller than his clients. Right now, Apollo Crews and Tozawa. If they were to give him, somebody else to work with, it may be something. Shawn Michaels Triple H SummerSlam 2002 was a great match. I don't think it was better than Bret versus Shawn at WrestleMania or better than Shawn versus Undertaker at WrestleMania 25. Those two, I think, are Shawn Michaels. Figure it's when he ascended and when he left. So they're right there with each other. The Del Rio and Page situation. Yeah, I am trying very, very hard to avoid clicking those links that are posted on NoDQ.com and other places. Because I just... Why is it our business? Why is it our business? What happens? I get that we're fans, but we're fans, not journalists. I don't consider myself a journalist. I never really did. It's not my business to talk about or comment on other people's personal lives, just like I don't think it's okay for people to comment on my personal life, even though I put it out there. They're not trying to put it out there. That's a difference. Angle was in the same ring tonight. We just announced it. Ooh, that'd be cool. Angle I got most invested in ever. As a participant or watching? Heel Ambrose versus Face Raw on SummerSlam. That'd be cool. We are doing panels on NoDQ.com. Pop is going to be back, I believe, this week with David Payne. It doesn't surprise me that they would do a house show title change for DVD. It'd be cool. Okay, watching. Okay, guys, stop commenting. Let me answer one question at a time. The favorite angle I ever got involved in, invested in personally, as I sit here now, looking back on almost 27 years of watching, Sergeant Slaughter and Hulk Hogan. Sergeant Slaughter, the American turncoat, the traitor, as Gorilla Monsoon called him. As a 7-year-old young man, going on 8, that really hit home with me, because here was a guy who I never watched wrestling before then, so I didn't know who he was until later. But he was an American soldier, and he had turned his back on and supported this evil person who was invading this small country. And how could he do this? And here comes this big red and yellow draped superhero to save America, to save the championship from the evil clutches of the dreaded Iraqi sympathizer. My goodness, I got caught up in that. I still get goosebumps to this day. All right, CM Punk will return date. Ready? Here it is. Exclusive, first time ever, Talk Wrestling Live. CM Punk will return to WWE on the 12th of Never. Boom! Heard it here first. No, it's not a new show. I'm trying out Talk Wrestling Live to see if I can do it more often than not. Whoops, I muted the TV. Home Improvement was on there for a second. Love doing this. Thank you, Eric. I appreciate you guys being here. It's awesome. Let me think here. Yeah, Punk. I doubt the only way he'll return is if he's inducted to the Hall of Fame, and that'll be way, way, way off in the future. Because there's still mass hard feelings on both sides. And the fact that they erased AJ's legacy with Nikki Bella is indicative that they still harbor the grudge. So, not really interested in it just yet. I'd like to see what he does with Punk, with UFC. Thoughts on Damien Demento? No comment. Trying to think you guys had embrace. That may have been on No DQ Live on Facebook when we said goodbye and embrace, but I wouldn't swear by that. Trying to think, when did he leave? It was over a year ago now. Let's see, he was still here for WrestleMania 32 because we both went back here after we get our heads shaved, filmed the show. It was sometime last summer, so Custody 18 crew, we are all over the place. Pinky's in Michigan. Aaron don't know where he is right now. I think he's still Long Beach. Statboy still Long Beach in a different location. JJ is living in the San Bernardino County area now. And Jade is living up in Juniper Hills, up with her family. And I'm here. And who else is on that crew? That's it, right? Yeah, that's it. That's everybody. I talk to most of them a lot. Some of them not at all. And it sucks, but it's much like the No DQ crew. We kind of drifted apart. Last group is Noah okay. I have not talked to Noah Donish since he posted a screen capture of me alerting a person I follow, a cosplayer I follow, about pictures of her that were inappropriate on the internet. And he posted a screen capture of that, and our good buddy Gilberto commented on it, and I went, block, done. Don't know. And I really hope that he's okay and doing okay. But some leopards never change their spots, and he is living proof of that. He showed concern for me when I was overweight at SummerSlam a few years back, but he there's no filter with him. Sandow, I believe, retired. He went to TNA for a while, and then he retired. And I think he's acting now. But again, I'm not sure on that. I'm not 100% sure. All right. I went way over 5 minutes, so I'll go till 3:40 on my time. There we go. Actually, I got 2 more minutes. 2-minute warning. 2-minute warning. Let's do this. Last questions. One at a time. Don't bombard me. I'll go crazy. I don't deal well with stress. I don't deal well. I'll do it. What do you guys think? So yeah, be on the lookout for the big gold belt project coming soon on you. Well, not soon, but soon-ish on my YouTube page right here at JD Meacham. All right, I was just knocked off internet, so yeah. Good night.